One of the most important dates to be aware of as a dividend investor is a company's ex-dividend date. Usually it's set one day before the record date. However, it is arguably the most important date because if you fail to purchase a stock before its ex-dividend date, you simply won't receive the next dividend payment. Now, if you're new here, I'm Ari, a value and dividend investor on YouTube, looking to keep you updated with economic insights, stock ideas, and the information you'll need to reap more success as an investor. So today, I wanted to keep it simple and run through 10 popular dividend stocks with their ex-dividend dates coming up this week so we can all collect on all the dividend payments. Before we dive in, today's video is of any value to you, please tap on that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps me out and shows me that this content is what you're looking for. Now, without further ado, let's dive right in. So kicking us off on Monday, March 20th, we have Main Street Capital, ticker symbol MAIN, which is a business development company with a focus on providing customized debt and equity financing solutions. Main Street Capital has a current share price of $38.54 with a current dividend yield of 7.84%, resulting in a dividend amount of 17 cents per share with a payout date scheduled for March 28th. In addition to Main Street Capital, Ecolab, ticker symbol ECL, which provides products and services that specialize in water treatment and purification, also has their ex-dividend date on Monday. Ecolab has a current share price of $159.23 with a current annual dividend yield of 1.3%, resulting in a dividend yield amount of 53 cents per share with a payment date scheduled for April 17th. Jumping to Tuesday, March 21st, it's the ex-dividend date for Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, which is a technology company offering semiconductor and software solutions. Broadcom has a current share price of $626.04 with a current annualized dividend yield of 2.78%, resulting in a dividend amount of $4.60 per share with that payout date scheduled for March 31st. In addition to Broadcom, Restaurant Brands International, ticker symbol QSR, which is the holding company and operator of fast food chains from Tim Hortons, Burger King, and Popeyes, also has their ex-dividend date on Tuesday. Restaurant Brands has a current share price of $61.73, an annualized dividend yield of 3.38%, resulting in a dividend amount of 54 cents per share with a payout date scheduled for April 5th. Moving into Wednesday, March 22nd, it is the ex-dividend date for Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY, which is a consumer electronics company providing technology products and services. Best Buy has a current share price of $75.55 with a current annual dividend yield of 4.71%, resulting in a dividend amount of 92 cents per share with a payout date scheduled for April 13th. In addition to Best Buy, VC Properties, ticker symbol VICI, which owns, acquires, and develops gaming, hospitality, and entertainment properties, also has their ex-dividend date on Wednesday. VC Properties has a current share price of $31.63 with a current annual dividend yield of 4.83%, resulting in a dividend amount of 39 cents per share with the payout date scheduled for April 6th. On Thursday, March 23rd, we have Altria Group, ticker symbol MO, which is a tobacco company that manufactures and sells cigarettes, wine, and other smoke products. Altria Group has a current share price of $46.87 with a current annual dividend yield of 7.93%, resulting in a dividend amount of 94 cents per share with the payout date scheduled for April 28th. In addition to Altria Group, British American Tobacco, ticker symbol BTI, which also manufactures and sells cigarettes and other smoke products, has their ex-dividend date on Thursday. British American Tobacco has a current share price of $36.32 with a current annual dividend yield of 7.65%, resulting in a dividend amount of 70 cents per share with a payout date scheduled for May 8th. But that isn't all for Thursday, because Medtronic, ticker symbol MDT, which is one of the healthcare sector's leading medical technology companies, has its ex-dividend date on Thursday as well. Medtronic has a current share price of $78.41 with a current annual dividend yield of 3.47%, resulting in a dividend amount of 68 cents per share with the payout date scheduled for April 4th. And finally, before we close out the week, on Friday, March 24th, mark your calendars for the ex-dividend date of Novo Nordisk, ticker symbol NVO, which is a healthcare company that manufactures and markets pharmaceuticals globally. Novo Nordisk has a current share price of $140.98 with a current annual dividend yield of 0.9%, resulting in a dividend amount of 0.74 cents per share with a payout date scheduled for April 5th. Now, investors, that's a wrap for the week. Please keep in mind none of these stocks were shared as a recommendation to buy them, but simply to inform you of the ex-dividend dates so you can continue to collect on the cash flow. But if you're invested in or about to invest in any of these stocks, let me know down in the comments below. And remember, if you found today's video of value, please let me know by tapping on that thumbs up button and subscribing, as it helps me tremendously in growing the channel and reaching more dividend investors. With that, I will see you all in the video next week.